anytime you go through that, there's going to be a lot of stress in any organization, certainly on the campus. And there is a lot of thought, well, you can build buildings, why can't you use that money from the endowments or the capital projects? There's a big difference, as you know, in business between one-time money and recurring money. And we're very cognizant of that. We actually are in a little better position on capital projects than we are on recurring budgets. And now's the time, construction costs are low, we are going to invest in some capital projects. We're going to use some of those balances to, bridge over some of these tough times. And then there are units. Athletics is one of them. But the Advanced Research Lab out at Pickle that gets funded by federal money. There are units on the campus that generate their own money. And they have a little bit more leeway. I'll just make a comment about athletics. We have tremendous athletic directors. Chris Polonsky on the women's side, Delos Dodds on the men's side. And they have run those programs very well as businesses, even in the good times. And many universities, and many prominent universities, Stanford, Ohio State, in the good times, just expanded out their sports. We're very careful. Fewer sports, but do them well. Get the right people leading them and make them successful. And you got to get the right coaches, the right leaders to do that. I am probably one of a handful, 4, 5, 6 college presidents in the country who, when we're going through these economic downturns and having to balance the budget as it is and come up with 5% savings that the governor, the speaker, and the lieutenant governor are calling for, that doesn't additionally have to say, what am I going to do to bail out the $30 million a year deficit in the athletics department? Indeed, it's the other way. In going through this period, athletics is putting in $5 million to help us through this period, out of some of their profits, if you will, in reserves. Over the last 3 or 4 years, they've contributed about $6.5 million to undergraduate studies or undergraduate experience and curriculum reform. That really is a blessing. It is critical that when we go forward, we do not go through the same experience we did when Coach Royal retired. And there was no continuity. And we suffered from that. And we suffered by having to subsidize athletics during that period. I think strongly this relationship that we have with the football coach, with Coach Muschamp going forward is critical to protect the financial stability of the academic program so that we're not subsidizing athletics. I'll just say one other thing. You read a lot in the papers about the coach's salary. The coach, who's a Coach Brown, Sally Brown, it really is an amazing thing that built. They will not be making any more money next year than they're making this year. We, over about a 3-year period, ramped them up to the current salary. And this new arrangement is to extend that out at the same level through the remainder of the salary. So it wasn't really a raise. It was taking what we ramped up to and pushing it forward. So the alternative was during this period of, at some point, hopefully it's not soon, but of transition, that it would have been odd to say we're going to go